Third quality of Om is being discussed, Samriddhi Guna, the quality of prosperity. Tadva etad anujaksharam yadhi kinchanujanatyo mityeva tadaha esho eva samriddhiryadανugya samardayitaha vai kamanam bhavati ye taddevam vidvan aksharamudgitham upasthe. Tadva etad anujakshara. This is that which is being considered and discussed from before, that Om. Aksharam, the letter Om, is a word of consent, anugnya, a word of approval. Yadhi kinchanujanati. Why? Because it is seen in this word, whether it is a scholar or ordinary person, if something is asked, if he knows, he will say, oh, he gives the consent. Yes, I know this. I can explain to you. If a person has got money with full prosperous, whatever you want to ask, if he says Om means, he is going to give you that. Is it not? So it is in Loka Vyavahara, in the worldly affairs that we see, to approve or to give consent, usually the word Om is used. Yadhi kincha anujanati. Whatever so it may be, if anybody wants to give an approval, the word used is Om ityeva tadaha. That fellow will say, oh, have it, take it, or listen to it. Eshu eva samriddhi. And this is what is also called as prosperity. This consent, this approval, actually depends upon prosperity. That is why this quality of consent and the quality of approval is none other than the quality of prosperity. Because a person who is with knowledge, prosperity depends not only on the worldly materials, but also of the knowledge. Jnanam dhanam sarvacham dhanam. It is told the Niti Shastras, the wealth of knowledge is the greatest wealth. All other wealths destroyed here itself. It never goes along with you. But it's a knowledge that's embedded in your internal organ, antakarana, and it goes along with you from one birth to another birth. That's why God says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I'll link you back. I'll make you remember the whole thing that you've seen in the past lives within a few days. That's why I saw Krishna went to his guru, Sandipani. 64 days, he took all the 64 vidyas. In 64 days, 64 vidyas from Sandipani. The 4 Vedas in just 4 days. Because he was a Purna Jnani. Similarly, if you have got jnana from many births, as it has been told in Gita, Aneka Janma Sansiddha, Yatatanam api Siddhanam. So if you are practicing from many births, it will be there in you. That knowledge is there. Because the knowledge is the only wealth, which is the true wealth of a person. The person who has knowledge is also prosperous. Even though in the worldly perspective he may be a beggar. Jnana dhanam sarvachadhanam. That's why it is called as. So here the Shankaracharya will take both, that is why. A jnani and a dhani both say Om. And he gives Jnani's example, Yajnavalkya and Pradharnika. And dhani is well known in the world. So Eshu eva samriddhi is this consent is itself none other than that prosperity. Yadanugya Eshu eva samriddhi. That which is this consent is itself prosperity. Whoever ya etad devam vidvan evam aksharam udgitam ya upasti, ya vidvan upasti. Whosoever it might be, scholar, the priest, or the agent, the doer of the right, whoever it is. If they do meditate on this Om, which is being chanted at the time of Udgita chanting only, a part of the Sama. Om is a part of Udgita and Udgita is a part of Sama. What will he get? He will be endowed with this quality of prosperity. He will become the enhancer of Samardhayita. He will become the enhancer of all the desires, Kamanam Bhavati, of the Yajamana or any other person. Samardhayitaha vai Kamanam Bhavati. He will become the enhancer of all the desires of the doer, the agent of the karma, or of himself. Ya etade vidvan, the same sentence as it on the seventh mantra. Ya etade vidvan, aksharvati upaste. You have to understand the same way even this part of this mantra also. Now Bhashakara starts Samriddhi Gunavanscha Omkara. This letter Omkar, Om, is of the quality of prosperity. Katham, how? The question arises. For that the mantra starts Tadvaitat Prakritam. Tadvaitat, that which is this, which he says Prakritam, the one which you are already discussing, which is a part or a portion of the Udgita, which is itself a portion of the Sama, sung by the Samavedi. Anugya Aksharam. Anugya Aksharam is one single word in the mantra. There is a compound in it. Anugya cha sa aksharancha tat. Anugya Aksharam. It is a letter and also a form of the consent, the approval. Anugya means anumati. Anugya means anumati, consent, approval. That is itself Omkara. You need not say Anumatim dadami, Anugyam dadami. Om means finished. That is enough. Just say Om. Somebody asks you something, if you are ready to give it or if you have it, you say Om. That is enough. Instead of using a big sentence, Evam astu, even that is a long sentence. Om is one letter. Evam astu, 4 letters. Gaurava. So that's why I say Kathamanugya Ityaha iti ah Shrutireva. How is that this Om is itself a consent or approval? The Upanishad itself is telling ah Shrutireva. Shruti is itself explaining how it is. Yadhikincha loke jnanam dhanam va. Yadhikincha, whatever so it may be, it is being further explained in this world. It might be either knowledge or dhana, wealth. Va anujanati who? Vidvan dhaniva. Who gives the approval or consent? If it is as far as jnana is concerned, knowledge, it is related to a scholar, vidvan. It is related to wealth, to a wealthy man, dhaniva. Tatra anumatim kurvan omityeva tadaha. Related when the question is related to knowledge or any type of wealth, that scholar or the wealthy person, what he says, giving the consent, he just uses the word Om. Ityeva aha. Tatha cha vede. For example, you see in Udaranyaka Upanishad, when Shakalya, the priest Shakalya, asked questions to Yajnavalkya. He asked, how many deities are there? The most important deities in this karma which we are doing. He says, Trestrinshaditi. Yajnavalkya answered, 33. Shakalya says, Om iti hovacha. Yes, you are right. Instead of telling so, what he says? Om. That means your answer is correct to the question. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 391. It is of Shakalya Brahmana. Tathacha lokepi. Even similarly in the world also you can see. What? Tava idam dhanam grinnami. Tava idam dhanam grinnami. I want to take your this money. Or I want so much money from you. If he has got what he says. Om ityaha. Okay. Athaha. Esha u eva. Eshaiva. Esha u eva is in the mantra. But you can take it as Esha eva. U nipata is there. and it has not much meaning here. Esha eva. This Om is itself what? Samriddhi, prosperity. How? Because yad anugya, ya anugya, sa samriddhi. The consent what you are giving is shows itself what? Prosperity. Tanmulatvad anugyaya. Because a person who has not got wealth or knowledge, how he can say Om? How he can say yes? He cannot give the consent, he cannot give the approval. Therefore, approval itself, underneath approval, is prosperity. No prosperity means no approval. Whether it is knowledge or whether it is external wealth. Yanugya sa samriddhi. Why? Tanmulatvad anugyaya. Because anugya, the consent or approval, depends upon, or the cause of approval, the reason for approval is prosperity. Samruddho hi Om iti anugyam dadati. A person who is prosper, he only what he does? Om iti anugyam dadati. He says Om and gives the consent. Tasmat, that is why Samriddhi gunavan omkara ityartaha. Therefore, Omkar, the Om, the letter, is possessed of the quality of prosperity. Even on this, there is a Brahma Sutra. Samriddhi gunopasakatvat tad dharmat san samarditaha vai kamanam yajamanasya bhavati. Samriddhi gunopasakatvat. As and because the priest, according to Shankara, the priest is doing the meditation. That's why he says the priest will give all the desires of the Yajamanasya Kamanam Bhavati is telling. That means he is accepting the Siddhanta that the priest will do the meditation and not the agent, the doer of the rite. Samrigunopasakatpat. Because here the priest is the meditator of the quality of prosperity in Om. That is why Tad Dharma, that priest is also endowed with the same quality of prosperity. That is why San Samardhita, he becomes the enhancer of Kamanam, desires. Whose desires? Yajamanasya bhavati, of the agent or of the doer of the rites. Ya etaddev vidvanakshana budhita upaste ityadi purvat. The rest of the mantras explanation is same as in mantra 117. Now, having explained very well about all the three qualities, rasatamattam, apaitritvam, samriddhitvam, the quintessence, the pervasiveness, and the prosperity quality. Now, we have to praise this Om so that everybody will do meditation on Om. Without praising, without arthavada, usually people will not so easily get into it. That is why the praise section starts. Teneyam tri vidya vardata Omitya shravayati Omiti shansati Omityudgayati Edasya vaksharasyapachitye mahimna rasena. Tena, by that letter Om, Yam tri vidya, all the Vedic rites done by Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samveda, vartate, pravartate. They are performed. All rites are performed by chanting Om in the beginning. Whether it is Rigvedi or Yajurvedi or Samvedi. Whenever their turn comes to do their work, they first chant Om. He starts. How? Om iti ashravayati. The Advaryu, whenever he has to chant hymns regarding different deities related to the karma, the rites, he first starts with Om. Similarly, the Hota, the Rigvedi, Om iti shansati. Whenever he has to praise the deities, has to welcome the deities, has to praise the deities, what he does, he starts with Om iti, Om. And whenever the Udgata, the Samvedi, when he has to sing in praise of the deities, he also starts with Om. Om iti Udgayati. That's why I told on the very beginning, I told you, all the people will be chanting Om in the karma. There are many Oms there on which we have to meditate. Even the Samvedivasi, when he begins also, he starts with Om. But which Om we have to meditate? Not on that Om which is being chanted in the beginning. But you see in the Sama, get into the part of the Udgita part. When he starts the Udgita part. In that, when he's starting Om, when he's going to chant Om, on that Om you have to meditate. So all are chanting Om. And even during the prosperity quality, when we were discussing it all, everybody is using Om. Even in this world, even for giving and taking wealth also they say Om, Om. To give consent we are using Om. So there is a number of types of Oms that is being used in day-to-day life and also in the Vedic rituals. So at the very beginning we had discussed very well on which Om we have to meditate. So you are seeing here now all of them are starting with Om itself. That is the greatness of Om. That without Om, if you start any karma, that karma will not give proper fruits. Just like we say in any karma we start, we have to say Ganesha. You have to do pranams to Ganesha. Nirvignam kuru me deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada. Otherwise he will start to play all his trunk and he'll disturb everything. With Vakratunda is like that. If full Tunda, what would have happened? God only knows. Vakratunda Mahagaya. So, Tenayam Trividya. So, Etasya Aksharasya Apachityai Mahimna Rasena. She says, to worship this Akshara. Oh, Apachityai means worshipping. To worship this Akshara. Oh, that Ritvig or Yajamana, the priest and the agent of the karma, the doer of the karma, what they are doing? Mahimna Rasena. What is Mahima? And what is Rasa? The prana, the vital force of the Yajamana and the priest is Mahima. And Vrihi, Jau, all these things which are the oblations which we are using, that's called as Rasa. The essence. Through both these things, through the vital force and the food, the essence made out of vrihi and all other things, through these two, in the karma, what we are doing? We are actually worshipping the letter Om itself. Such great is the Om, that through all the rites, whatever karma we are doing, whether it is related to the Vedas, or to the world. This is always we are doing with these two only, with prana and annam. No annam, no prana. Morning, evening, 2 times. Eating chahiye. Food chahiye. Through food we'll get prana. And with these two only we are doing all the external karmas also. Yeah, and same with the Vedic karmas also, with these two only we have to do everything. So all these things are being done to worship that Om only. Such is the greatness of Om. Through everything we are doing worship of Om. Atha idanim aksharam stauti upasyatat prarochanartham. Now, after explaining the different qualities of Om, idanim aksharam, now that letter is being praised. Stauti. Why? Upasitvat. It is to be meditated. Prarochanartham, to induce you into that. For the inducement purpose. To encourage the person's mind to meditate. For that inducement only, praise is essential. So how you are going to praise it? Katham? Tena aksharena prakritena yam rigvedadi lakshana trividya. Trividya means usually 3 Vedas, but here we will not take the Vedas, because Vedas are not started by Om. The karma related enjoined by the Vedas, the rites. Here we have to do the Lakshana. You have to take it up to the rites done through the Vedas. That's why it's telling Bhashakara, Trividya vihitam karma ityartha. Trividya means not the Vedic knowledge only. To learn the Vedas, you go and start by Om, that is not here important. We are not going to meditate on that Om. Therefore, we have to take here Traividya means the karma, the injunctions enjoined in the Vedas. Tena aksharena. With that letter, which is under discussion, prakritera, iyam Rigvedadi lakshana Trividya. These Rigvedadi, the three Vedas called as Trividya, Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samveda, is performed. Vartate. Pravartate means is performed. Vedas are not performed. Knowledge cannot be performed. Therefore, Trividya means Trividya vihitam karma ityartha. Through this letter only, with that letter Om only, we are performing all the rituals which are enjoined as injunctions for us in the Vedas. He is making it more clear. Nahi Trividyaiva ashravanadibhir vartate. Because the just studying Vedas and getting the knowledge of Vedas, in that there is no relation to ashravanam, ashansanam and udganam. Ashravayati chants hymns regarding different deities. Shansadi praise the deities, has to welcome the deities, has to praise the deities. Udgayati sing in praise of the deities. This is why he told Om iti ashravayati, Om iti shansati, Om iti udgayati. Just studying the Vedas and getting knowledge of the Vedas from the Guru, in that these things are not there at all. Ashravanam, ashansanam, udganam, these don't take place there. These things are only when we are doing the ritual, when we are doing the rites. Nahi Trividya eva ashravanadibhir vartate karma tu tatha pravartate. But the rites are always performed through ashansanam, ashravanam and udganam. Because just attaining the knowledge of Vedas, there is only mere chanting also. When we are chanting, there these things are not there. Advar will not sit here and Hota is there. Only one Vedi will be sitting separately. Samveda classes going on separate, Rigveda classes going on separate in different buildings also. They are not related to each other. They never sit together and chant the Vedas. We are not learning in that way. But here it is all related to each other. Ashravanam, ashansanam, udganam. I told just in Artha Sangra how the karma takes place. The Advaryu says orders. Come on, stop. Then Rigvedi starts. Then Rigvedi finishes. Again Advari orders. Come on, Udganam Kurya. The Samvedi starts then. The krama is there, no? The stages, how steps are there, how the things will be going on there. So all these three things will be done only in the rites, but not when we are attaining the knowledge of the Vedas. That's what is Nahi Trividyaiva ashravanadibhir vartate karmatu tatha pravartate. Iti prasiddham. This is what the prasiddhi is, that is no well known in practice. Katham, how it is performed in practice? Om iti ashravayati. This is Advaryu. Om iti shansati. Hota. Om iti udgayati. Udgata. First is Advaryu, the Yajurvedi. Shansati is Rigvedi, Hota. And Udgayati is Samvedi, Advaryu. Iti lingach somayaga iti gamyate. Because here it is being told all the three Vedis are there. That means he is given an example of the somayaga. You have to know even this now here at this point. There are totally 16 priests working. 4 of Rigveda, 4 of Yajurveda, 4 of Samveda, and 4 of Atharvaveda. But all the 16 priests are not needed for all the rites. So it is decided in which rite how many should be there. You can note that. In Ishti, only 4. In Ishtis, 4. In Pashuyagas, 5. In Chaturmasa is one of the Ishtis. They have separated it because here a little 2 more are needed. 6. And in Somayaga, all the 16 are needed. Ishti, for example, Darshapurnamasa Ishti. Pashuyag, Jyotishtam Pashuyag is there. Chaturmasa Ishti and Somayaga.
4 priests in each Veda?
No, not necessarily. It depends upon the Ishti. Because here what is the reason is, every Ishti's mantras are fixed. Which mantras has to be used? in which isti and how the karma is to be performed. The angas had been decided. Just I saw, for example, the mantra of Ashwamedhani was used in Ashwamedha Yaga. So every mantra has been decided in which yaga it has to be, in which isti or pashu yaga or where it has to be used. And depending on that mantra, who has to chant that mantra now? Because depends upon that mantra to which Veda it is related. So every karma, all the Vedas mantras are not used. So depending upon the isti, in general it is needed 4. Now it depends on isti which 4. Only Rigvedi 4 or only Yajurvedi 4 or 2 from Yajurvedi, 2 from Rigveda. How we have to take? It depends upon the isti. Similarly with Pashu and Chaturmasa. It depends upon which type of Pashu Yaga is going on and that way which Veda people we have to take. But in Som Yaga, all the system are needed, plus husband and wife, 2 Yajmana and Yajmana Padni, Ashtadasha, it is truly 18. So when in this mantra we are talking of all the 3, that means the Upanishad is speaking of Soma Yaga only. That's what is a Lingacha. These words indicate us that we are discussing here about the Soma Yaga. Tacha karma. Etasaiva aksharasya apachityai pujartam bhavati. There whatsoever may be the karma, the right, whether it is a ishti or a pashu or a chaturmasi or soma or whatever it is, all the rites, all the rituals that we are performing is meant to worship this letter Om. Etasaiva aksharasya apachityai, mane pujartham, for worshipping this letter Om. Why you want to do worship this letter Om? He said, Paramata pratikam hitat. It is a symbol of that Supreme Self. There is all are, just like Duryodhana said, when the Mahabharata Yuddha was being started, the war, said, all of you concentrate on this Bhishma. He changes his mind, everything is gone. And if he is gone, dead also, everything is gone. Until he is alive, then everything is okay from in our favor, no doubt. Nothing will happen to us. So there is always something on which we are depending. So the whole of Kauravas were depending on Bhishma. What all were they doing? This is for the apachitti of Bhishma. Similarly here also, we all, the whole world, as we have seen already the quintessence of the whole, we started from all the worldly objects, sentient and non-sentient. From there we went to Prithvi to Jala, and that we went on to Om. Therefore, Om is the essence of all the lives living in this world. And here we are telling very clearly by Mahimna and Rasena, he is going to explain now what is that. Tad apachiti paramatmana evasa. What we are doing is worshipping the God Himself. We are worshipping letter Om, means we are worshipping the Supreme Self. Paramatmana eva sa apachiti puja. How? You see in the Smritis we told in Gita, Swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha iti smrta hai. By one's own deeds, by one's own actions, by one's own Vedic rites, moral, social, because our actions are many types, Some are related depending upon the Vedas. Some depend on the society. Some depend on morality. The moral rights are there. Social rights, social duties, moral duties, the Vedic duties. All these things, through all these actions, what we are doing, all these deeds, tam abhyarchya, by worshipping that God, siddhim vindati manavaha, this man is purifying his internal organs. The antakarna shuddhi takes place. Siddhi means here antakarna shuddhi, not moksha. The karma no moksha he can attain. Nastya krita kritena. Mahimna rasena. Kincha. Moreover, etasya aksharasya mahimna mahatpena ritvik yajamanaadi pranahirityartha. What is that mahatma? Prana, the vital force, is mahima. It is the greatness of this Om, which is manifesting in all of us as vital force. It is the greatness of the Om, which is manifesting in us as prana. That is why through this prana we should worship that Om itself. एतस्यैव अक्षरस्य महिम्ना. This letter Om's greatness only. What it is? Mahatvena Ritvik Yajmanadi Pranaihi. Ritvik Yajman Adi. It says not only Ritvik, the priests, not only the doer, the agent of the karma. Adi means in the whole world, all other people also. Through their vital forces, they are worshipping this Om itself. तथा एतस्यैव अक्षर से रसेन व्रीह्यवादि रस निर्वृत्तेन हविषा. Of this letter Om's rasa, the essence. What you have to take by essence here? It says vrihiyavadi rasa nirvrittena havisha. That we have prepared the oblations to put into the Vedic fire, which is being prepared by vrihi, the paddy, yava, barley, and other things. Nirvrittena, that we have prepared. Nivrittena means nirvrit. There's a lot of difference between both. Nirvrit and nivrit. Usually many people get the mistake here. Nirvrit and nivrit. Lot of difference in this. One ref changes the meaning completely. Nivrit means retired, given up. And here it is prepared, it's made ready, off. Yagahomadhyaksharena kriyate. That means through this akshara only, Yagahomadi, everything is performed. So by offering the different oblations in the rituals, the rites, and also in the external world by different actions, we are doing the worship of that Paramatma, the Om, the Supreme Self. Tacha Adityam Upatishtate. When we perform the karma, whatever it is, where it goes in its subtle form to the sun. Everything goes. All the karmas that we are doing, the subtle form of the karma, we are seeing the gross form is gone here only. It begins to ashes or destroys in one way or the perishes in one way or the other. You are putting in a fire, it becomes ashes. The gross form becomes ash here, but the subtle form of those oblations reach the sun. Tacha Adityam Upadishthata. By that, what is going to happen? Tato Vrishyadi Kramena Prano Annancha Jayate. Tataha, from that, through the different stages of the rain and other stages, many stages, it goes from there, what is going to happen in that sun. Then he is going to suck the water for 8 months, it is told. Then for 4 months, it's going to rain. Those rains will come on the fields here. They'll give the different yields. And we bring them from shops. We cook them. We eat. So, with all these stages, what it is going to become? The vital force and food. Kramena prano annam cha jayate. It becomes vital force and it takes different forms of food. Pranir annena cha yagyastayate. And through these vital force and the food, the oblations, yajna, the rites are tayate, is performed. Athauchyate, that is why it is told Aksharasya Mahimna Rasena. Aksharasya Mahimna Rasena. Agno Prastauti Samyag Adityam Upadishtate Aditya Jayate Vrishtir Drishten Nantata Prajaha Manusmriti. So now the question arises. You have told this meditation which is related to karma. And if a person does not have the knowledge of this meditation and is doing karma, what is going to happen? Should it be done or not done? He said he should do it. The result, the fruits that are going to get out of the karma, in that there is a difference. But you can do without having the knowledge of these different meditations which are related to different karmas, the different rites. That's what's in the next mantra. Teno bhau kuruto yaschaitat devam veda yaschanna veda nana tu vidya cha vidya cha yadeva vidyaya garodi shraddhaya upanishada tadeva viryavattaram bhavati iti khalvetasya aksharasya upavyakhyanam bhavati tena ubhau kuruta. Through this Om, both are doing. Because whether they know the meditation or not, they will be chanting Om. Because they have to chant. That's the procedure. That's the procedure they have to follow. In any rite we are doing, we have to chant Om. Whether you know the meaning of that Om or not. Just like people, they don't know the meaning of their names also. They know they are proud of their name. Mera naam ye hai. They are so happy and proud and tell their names. But you ask what is the meaning? I don't know. So similarly in karma, and the priests are also, they know all the mantras, they are chanting, but don't know the meaning. All are using this Om without knowing the meaning, without knowing the meditation part of it and everything. Tena ubhau kurutaha, tena omkarena ubhau kurutaha. Through that Om Akshar itself, both type of people do all the karma, all the actions are performed, all the rites are performed. Who to? Yascheta devam veda, yascha na veda. That person who knows this Om with its meditations, and that person who does not know anything about these meditations. But remember, there is a lot of difference between knowing and not knowing. Nanat vidyacha, acha avidyacha. There is a lot of difference between this knowing and not knowing. Vidya means knowledge, knowing, and avidya means not knowing, no knowledge of that meditation. Nana means different. Both are different. Yadeva vidyaya karoti. What is the difference? Now he is telling. Yadeva vidyaya karoti. Shraddhaya upanishada tadeva viryavataram bhavati. Vidya jnana sadhana adhikaranam. This is in Brahma Sutra 4.118. Yadeva vidyaya karoti shraddhaya upanishada. That right or action which is done by knowledge, which is performed by knowledge, by faith and meditation. Vidyaya, knowledge. Shraddhaya, faith. Upanishada, meditation. Tadeva viryavattaram bhavati. That is more powerful to give you the fruit of the action or the right. Iti khalu. Now here ends. Here the discussion of that great Om, the letter Om, is completed. Etasyaiva aksharasya upavyakhyanam iti khalu. Etasya eva aksharasya upavyakhyanam bhavate. This is the approximate exposition of that Om letter which is being chanted by the Udgata as a part of the Samagana which is being sung by him. A part of Sama is Udgita and a part of that was Om. And that also in two ways. Once the first quality and the third quality is seen the part as a part. So the first is quintessence, that can be in a part. And the last one, prosperity, that also in a divisible thing, in a part. But the second one was all pervasive item. For that we said, don't see that as a part, but see directly as a symbol of the Supreme Self. That's the only difference we have to keep in mind. The first and last qualities are being meditated on as a part. The Om is considered as a part of the Udgita. But the middle quality when you are meditating, don't keep in the mind that time that this is a part of Udgita. Just you are hearing the Om, and that Om is the symbol of the Supreme Self. Keeping this much in mind, you have to meditate the quality of all pervasiveness in that Om. When the first and the last qualities, when you are meditating, you should keep the whole thing in mind, that the Sama is being sung. In that Samadhi is the Udgita portion, and in that Udgita portion is the Om being chanted, and on that part, we are meditating. These things you have to keep in the mind of this meditation.